Hey guys, Robo46 here, welcome yourselves to round 13 of Robo's Racing League on Valentino Rossi, the game on the Xbox One. We are racing at Misano. It is the dreaded number 13. Lucky for some people, unlucky for a hell of a lot others. For me, the number 13 has generally been quite lucky for me, but let's see what actually happens during the race with the number 13. Just keep in mind, guys, that this is the 13th round of the championship. Right, qualifying. Dylan was on pole, followed by Morland97 in second. GSXR Matt was in third. Brandy Scales fourth. R Morland in fifth. I was sixth, struggling a little bit in qualifying. F1 Fan seventh. Biker eighth. FIFA Master 9th, and Pit Bike Rider, he disconnected during qualifying, so that's why he is that far down. As you can see, the qualifying times were pretty damn close, with the top 6 covered by half a second. So that is qualifying. Let's go over and start this race. So you got me on the left, Matt on the right. Let's do this. Off we go. And an okay start for me, a good start from Matt. Morland97 momentarily not appearing, but he did pop up. So I went a bit wide trying to avoid our Morland, who took a strange line into the first corner. Morland97 had a crash there. So we're quite far down at the moment, about 7th, 8th, well, right near the back now. We managed to overtake a Suzuki around the outside. One goes really wide as well, so we move up 3 places. As there's a bit of a collision that goes on with Dylan, Matt and Brandy Scales. Unfortunately, Brandy Scales ends up crashing. Just too many bikes trying to get to the same bit of track. Next up, so there's Brandy crashing again there. I managed to get past Biker, and then he does his usual thing into a corner, completely outbraking himself straight into the back of me. I luckily managed to thread the needle through 2 of the riders and avoid them. So yeah, I wasn't too happy about that, but at least we didn't crash. So we're actually up to 5th place at the moment. And now we've got to see if we can make it more places. So we've got F1 Fan just ahead of us on the Repsol Honda. Of course, high on confidence from my win at Silverstone. So we go left, managed to get a much better drive through there than F1 Fan. So we're up to 4th place. We've got Dylan just ahead of us now, but into the right-hander. He goes across the curb and down he goes. So we move up to 3rd place with Matt in 2nd and R Morland in the lead at the current time. So Dylan lost a load of places because of that crash. Curbs can be quite lethal on this one, especially if you go across them completely leant over. They do throw your bike off. It says another crash there. I'm not sure whether he did crash again straight away. He may have done. I actually forgot to ask him in the party last night, but yeah, it says he crashed again. So we're 3rd at the moment. We're starting to catch up to Matt now, and our Morland hasn't got a huge gap over him. So could I catch the leaders and get up the front again? See, we battled with our Morland at Silverstone. We managed to get the better of him and take the win. So far, the number 13 hasn't been kind to Dylan, who's just moved up to 5th place ahead of F1 Fan. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be an unlucky race for some people. So we're slowly trying to catch up to Matt. And it's 1.1 at the moment. We've got 1.8 back to Pit Bike Riders and 4th on the Suzuki. So we've got a decent gap behind us now. Now we just need to concentrate on going forward. Couldn't quite nail the quick right-handers. Really struggled with them in qualifying for some reason. Was really, really far off my personal best. Gone wide there. But we are closing in on Matt a little bit. It's 1.2. Morland97 has just got ahead of Dylan. Of course, Morland97 having that crash at the beginning of the race where he kind of got sandwiched between 2 people. Again, too many bikes trying to get to the same bit of track. So it's 0.8 now, so we have closed in on Matt as I followed him a bit too deep into the first corner. But we are almost right with him now. Again, our Morland just slowly pulling away a little bit. It's not a huge gap. As we close in a bit more on Matt. I was getting ready to strike. So we're almost right with him. Not quite able to get in the slipstream as we go into the left-hander. He goes very wide there, and we just managed to get up the inside and into second place. So now we are ahead of Matt and up to second place. Could we catch up to our Moorland, who was in the lead, as we switch over to Matt now? Coming up to the quick right-handers, that's me just ahead of him as we go through. I didn't get the best entrance, so Matt gains loads of time. Tries to go around the outside, but unfortunately doesn't quite work. And I managed to hold my own and keep second place for the moment. So at the moment, everything was looking alright as I started to pull away. Get a couple of better exits at the last corner. That was lap 3 done. Obviously not the longest of tracks. So we're with Matt again on lap number 4. And he's got Moorland 97 right behind him, but he tries braking on the grass, which is a big no-no. And Moorland 97 comes past as we come round to start lap number 5. Lap number 5, halfway through the race. What could possibly go wrong? Of course, like I said, remember it is round number 13. So obviously nothing would happen on the 13th race, surely not. But we're in second place. We got a bit of a gap up to our Moorland, a gap back to Moorland 97, so it is 1.7 the gap. And as we come into this next corner, yep, it's gone silent because my game sound, there is a bug in the game that occasionally the sound of the game just completely goes, and unfortunately that happened to me and completely fucked me up. So the gap is 1.8 at the moment. And you look and watch to see how quickly that gap comes down by the next sector. Obviously, when I was racing, I was like, shit, what can I do? So on the straights, I was trying to fiddle with my my sound bar, trying to put the TV audio on to try and get some sound, but unfortunately it wasn't working. It's a fault within the game. Look, it's come down 0.8 of a second in one sector. So unfortunately, I was hemorrhaging time, and I kind of had to try and figure out what the fuck can I do where. So again, on this straight, I was trying to fiddle with the sound, trying to get some sort of sound to come out, but unfortunately it was a fault in the game, and I had to do the rest of the race with no sound whatsoever, which if you've never tried before, it's a lot harder than it seems, because obviously you have to keep a close eye on your revs now, because obviously when you're using manual gears you can just change gear when you hear your revs get high. But unfortunately I couldn't do that, so I had to keep glancing at my speedo to make sure I wasn't just revving out, because obviously I wouldn't know. And it was fucking difficult. I kept going wide, and it just felt horrible. Like, he's right with me now. So that was 1.8, and like in a lap it's completely gone. It's 0.2, and yeah, so my lap times were really suffering. It's just so difficult when you got no sound. It's like when your batteries are low on your controller and your vibration goes. That's really difficult to deal with as well, because you lose like all feeling. Luckily I still had feeling in the bike, but no sound coming from the game at all. I even tried plugging in a headset, but even that didn't work, as I did find out after the game that, well, after the race, I went back to the dashboard. The dashboard sounds are working. It was just literally in the game that it completely gone silent. I have it happen to me before when I was doing like career videos, but luckily, like, what I'd done is just quit out and restarted the game. Obviously I couldn't do that because we're doing a league race, and Moorland 97 trying to come past me there, and it took me a little while to kind of start getting going again as he tries to come around the outside. A little bit of lag and contact. So yeah, the rest of the race I had to do with no sound whatsoever, and it was fucking difficult. All I could hear was me bloody changing up gear, changing down gears, and that was pretty much it. I just had like little tapping noises, and Moorland 97 eventually getting past me. I did think about shoving up the inside, but I thought better of it. But then he did go very, very wide, I try to cut back and get a better exit out. Well, this time I was kind of just starting about to get used to it, but I was by nowhere near as quick as I was with the sound. I went very wide there, lucky not to pick up a penalty. But Moreland 97 goes very wide there as well, and we actually managed to get back into second place. So at the moment, yeah, I really considered quitting the race, but then I thought I can't do that because otherwise, obviously, it would just quit the whole race for everyone. So yeah, just had to deal with it. Like I said, I did start getting the hang of it a little bit, but yeah, not as quick as when I had the sound on, because I kind of use the sound to help concentrate, because obviously you get into a rhythm, and especially with changing gears and stuff, you get into a rhythm with that, and yeah, you just completely lose your rhythm altogether. It's fucking horrible. Yeah, if you've never experienced this, go and do a race and just turn the sound off, and you'll see it's a lot more difficult than it seems. So we're third at the moment, and all I could try and do was latch on to Moreland 97 and just pray that I didn't lose too much more time and lose third place. So it's 0.6 at the moment, as we both go a bit wide. And we try to stay with him. Of course, our Moreland's still in the lead at the moment. So, well, I definitely wasn't going to catch him now. That was completely gone. Was I going to hold on to third place, say? I mean, my times weren't suffering as much because, like I said, I did start getting used to it. But yeah. I said something had to happen on the 13th race. That fucking number 13 definitely proved unlucky for me this time. With, yeah, just something had to happen. But that gap had come down to 0.3. And as the laps were going on, I was feeling more and more comfortable in pure silence. Again, still not as comfortable with the sound, but it's just something I'm not used to. Obviously, I don't play games with the volume turned off, so yeah, definitely a different experience in the league race, and of course on Moto2 league racing in the Brno race. I don't think that was a 13th race. It may have been. I can't. No, I don't think it was. My controller fucking cut out, so at least that hasn't happened again. Touch wood. It's just this time the sound was gone, and so was my pace. So we are on the penultimate lap. Because being Misano, like I said earlier, it's not a very long circuit, so the race does soon go on. Unlike the Silverstone race, which seemed to last forever, especially when I got into the lead. But we were actually both catching our Moreland in the lead. He wasn't too far ahead, because we did only have one more lap to go. But we were really starting to catch him now. So we're coming around to start the final lap now. In pure silence, apart from obviously my voice. There's 0.9 to Moreland 97. And yeah, our Moreland was definitely coming back to us. He wasn't that far ahead at all. The horrible thing is, what could I have done if my sound hadn't gone off? Because I would have been more quicker. Not the best words for that, but yeah, I would have been quicker. And yeah, see, our Moreland's still coming back to us. There's 1 second to Moreland 97 as he went a little bit wide again. I was hoping that one of them was going to make a mistake, especially through the quick right-handers. And then I kind of thought maybe I shouldn't be pushing too hard, because otherwise I don't want to crash. But look, our Moreland is literally just there. So we were definitely catching him loads. But in the end, I had to settle for 3rd place. Like I said, with the sound on, I don't know what I could have done. I may have been able to catch them both and take the win, but it's just one of those annoying things. It's basically like a mechanical, just not one that ended my race, thankfully. So our Moorland went on to take the win, followed by Moorland 97, who was in 2nd place. I was 3rd, Matt was 4th, Dylan ended up in 5th after having a couple of crashes. Pit Bike Rider on the Suzuki, he was 6th place. Brandy Scales not having the best of rides, he came home in 7th, and Biker was 8th. So we just wait for the time of the run out. There it goes. F1 Fan ended in 9th and FIFA Master was 10th. So with a penalty, I was actually only 0.6 behind Moorland 97. So if I kind of pushed it a little bit more, then I may have been able to just sneak into 2nd place, but it didn't happen. So that is, unfortunately, what happened in that race. But a podium is still better than nothing. I still don't know how I managed to do the rest of the race with no sound, but luckily we managed it. Right, championship. Dylan is still in the lead. He doesn't take the championship just yet because of that win. Our Moorland is less than 50 points behind. Obviously, only 2 races left. So Dylan is in the lead of 272 points. Our Moorland 99 is in 2nd place with 228 points. I'm in 3rd with 209. Managed to pull out a bit on Brandy Scales, but lose some onto our Moorland. So Brandy Scales is 4th with 199, 10 points behind me. Moorland 97 is in 5th with 150, pulls away from Matt, who is in 6th with 136. Bike is 7th with 114. You will see that he has another 2 penalty points because of an incident he had with one of the Suzukis where he unfortunately ended up taking him out. So I did actually have to award him 2 penalty points. Plus he was rear-ending a lot of people again. So he will be missing qualifying for the next race. F1 Fan is in 8th with 100 points. Pit Bike Rider 9th with 96. FIFA Master 10th with 80. Tempted DJ 11th with 26. Paradise 12th with 26. Gidsy 13th with 25. Jack in 14th with 7. And JPAR Polos in 15th with 5 points. Team championships look like this. Apex Predators are in the lead still with 355. But only 35 points behind them is Drag Queens in 2nd with 320. But only 7 points behind them now is Honda Britain in 3rd with 313 points. Winging is still in 4th with 248. MP Yamaha Racing in 5th with 194. And Pit Bike Masters in 6th with 166. So that is this race. Round 14 is at Motegi, and that will be on Monday, the 21st of November. It's been an interesting season, but it's coming down to the last 2 races. Dylan can win the championship in the next race. All he's got to do is score a few points, and the title will be his. But obviously, 2nd place is still up for grabs at the moment, and so is 3rd. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th need sorting out. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you.